Hi folks, this is Earl and I am gonna put this game on here. This is game 8 in the Tenacious Baseball League 3. It's been pretty much a month since I played a game in this series, and so bear with me because again, there's a lot of aspects to the game that you don't lose. But there are some that I'm bound to have forgotten in the course of a month. What's been happening just, to an extent, seems like everything has been happening and nothing has been happening. You get into some of these periods of time where you just find a lot of other things to take up space in your life, including Major League Baseball being back. Watching some baseball games is nice. Spending time with family is nice. Being able to do things a little bit more in public is nice. And so, that has just been something that's kind of like taken over. It's just a sense of wanting to experience life. But there's some other stuff. I mean, I haven't completely ignored my tabletop, but a lot of what I have done thus far in the month of April has just been finishing out football. And so the Nine-Nacious Football League is over. At least I haven't done a playoff, and I'm still debating whether I will. If I do, it'll be after I kind of clear my head from it a little bit, and I would like to wrap it up completely, and that's kind of like the bow tie in any football project would be a playoff. So that's not to say that every football project needs one, but it does have a little bit of an incomplete feeling without it, so that will probably be done. But because I got focused on that, this took a back seat, as well as this, meaning the baseball, and this meaning the channel as well. Since I've left Tabletop Baseball Plus, I have to admit, one of the nice things about that is that I feel like if I need to take a month to myself, that I'm not letting anybody else down besides myself and you guys, of course. But as I said in my birthday video, there are lots of other gamers out there making videos, and they're all pretty good at what they do, very good at what they do, and you have your pick. And so for me to take a break because I want to enjoy some family time and some other stuff is just natural, and I'm sure that everybody has those moments. So we're going to get back to this project here, at least today, and we'll see how it goes. I want to keep kind of nibbling away at it. Would also like to start thinking about, getting golf back out here again. It's been a while since I've putzed around with that. So Nathan Eovaldi is going to pitch Game 8 for the Red Sox against the Texas Rangers. That would be Tabletop Earl Shamblin's favorite team. Boston got Game 1 of this. Won it in the bottom of the ninth after Ryan Brazier, their closer, gave up the lead, but then Leclerc gave up the lead for the Rangers, and so we're here. I have been playing things out as far as the rest of the season goes, at least up to this point. So all the games that are also in this league today have been done. So again, just a quick primer on what this is. Usually my TBLs, it's the theory behind these guys is like a 10-team league. I want a statistical representation, so I pick the teams randomly. The last two, I have tried to craft the rosters to mirror the teams as they progress through the season. So this is these are basically the rosters from the first month of the season for each of these teams. So like I said, it's usually so it's 10 teams random. They each play each other in two, a home series and an away series to make 54 games. In the past, I played all 270 games in the season, and then we did a playoffs. In this one, I'm just planning to play out one team. I did a random selection of that team, and it was the Red Sox, which, for better or for worse, is a team who right now are 4-3. So nothing wrong with that. But the Red Sox are a little more popular of a team than some of the others. One of the more popular teams in the league, and so I think with that comes a little bit of an expectation, if only in my own mind, that maybe I just need to get this right for the sake of being right. And so if things don't go as well, I just don't want to have that feeling come to mind that I've let anybody down. But this Red Sox team isn't one of the ones that's going to challenge for a World Series title, most likely. So I think, the expectations can be tempered with this. It's 2019 season, so they're kind of, at this point, getting ready to retool Mookie Betts. The signs are already there. He's on his way out of Boston at this point, so they were just, I think, anticipating the future. So this is the lineup for the Rangers, and the Rangers have Drew Smiley on the mound. So a couple of up and down pitchers. Sometimes they can be excellent, and other times, I don't know. Eovaldi can be pretty good, pretty good to excellent sometimes. Smiley, they're both listed as strugglers on the mound. So you'll see how that plays out. But so for the Rangers, the lineup, it's going to be the same lineup as Game 1, because Eovaldi is another right-handed pitcher. It's going to be Delino DeShields in center. He'll lead off. Then Shin-So Choo, the DH, will bat second. Elvis Andrus will bat third and play short. Joey Gallow in left. He doesn't move to the other side of the field till later in the season. And Asdrubal Cabrera at third base, bats in the 5-hole. Nomar Mazara, right fielder. Logan Forsythe at first will bat seventh. Then Rougned Odor, second base. And batting ninth will be Jeff Mathis. Again, we are doing DH in all the games in this one. So here we go. Normal weather. I guess I should figure that out. Let's do this real quick before we move on. I did it. I did do my TFNs, all that kind of stuff, and we did get a new TFN. It's JD Martinez. So the designated hot batter, which was going to be Martinez, he earned good eye. So it goes along with good eye for Christian Velazquez, and it brought Benintendi's hot streak down. So he is now not on the TFN hot anymore. And so we're going to make, let's see, hits. We may have to make Benintendi. It's either Benintendi or Betts. Let's make Benintendi. Let's take him straight down to cold. He goes from hot to cold. And then for the Rangers, we will say the hot batter is going to be Mazara. He had 2 hits, including a double. Now, Odor had a maybe we'll make it Odor. So, and then we can do, so Choo, he did get a hit when he was already hot. Sometimes I like to keep it that way, but we're gonna move it to Mazara. So Mazara will be hot. Cold is going to be Forsythe. So that designation, I put a 0 and it's a null symbol. And then it was Mazara. He'll be the hot batter. We'll put him right there. And then, so hot is Martinez. Not is going to be Benintendi again. All right, so we are ready to go. Leadoff batter. Facing Eovaldi is Delino DeShields. 2.55. Eovaldi's not a star. Is DeShields a home run king? No, it's a fly ball. It's going to be caught out and left by Benintendi for the first out of the afternoon. If DeShields had been a home run king, that would have been gone. Shinsho Chu now. 146 is Eovaldi Flashy. That is going to be a strikeout. And now 2 outs. First K of the afternoon for Eovaldi. And now Elvis Andrus. Eovaldi looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And he's got a 1-1-3 ace or dynamic. Neither of those are true. Slugger. He's not a slugger. That will be a single. Going to get through right up the hole. It's going to go right past and whiz right past Eovaldi's noggin. And out in the center for a 2-out hit. Andrus is semi-active, so let's reacquaint ourselves with this. So let's see. Velazquez is neutral, so normal. It would be 1-4 on the stolen base if he can go. So if it's a attempt stolen base, normal is 1-4. So we have to see if he gets a jump. Does he get a jump? He does. So he's got to go now. It's going to be a stolen base attempt for Andrus, 1-4, and he's in there, and it's a 3. So it's a successful stolen base. So Gallow watched the strike go by, letting Andrus get to second. Now he's going to continue his at bat. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Can Gallow come through? 1-5-5. Is he a home run king? He is. That one is gone, and that is a 2-0 lead for the Texas Rangers. He drives it straight away center field, and he rips it. Two quick outs for Eovaldi, and then all you know what breaks loose. 2-0. Didn't even need to steal second. Andrus would have scored on the homer. So Cabrera, 2-3-6. This is a walk, right? Double control or dynamic. Neither of those are true. Pitcher batting. That is not true. So it is a walk. So now 3 in a row. Now Eovaldi's already a struggler, so there's no adding struggle to his game. Cabrera, we could try stealing with him too, but let's have Mazzara just do his thing here. 2 outs. He is hot. Could that come into play? Let's see. Another 1-5-5. But he is not a home run king, so this is going to be a long, loud out to center field, and that will retire the side. But they get 2 on the board as Joey Gallo gets into one, and we will go to the bottom of the first. Boston needing 2 to tie already. So we are to the bottom of the first, and the Red Sox not going the way they were hoping, but there's still a full complement of outs, offensive putouts that they can run through in order to get this back. So the lineup facing Drew Smiley, who has some much worse stats than or qualities than Eovaldi. Sorry, I don't know about you. I have a watch, like one of these smart watches, and it just constantly beeps at me with all these notifications, and I'm just a little too undermotivated to fix it. But so we've got Bogarts leading off, Benintendi. So Brock Holt started the last game, but with the lefty pitcher Smiley, we're going to go ahead with a more right-handed centric lineup. Bogarts is short leading off. Benintendi, I think he might be the sole lefty in the lineup. Bats second. Mookie Betts in right. Will bat third. Then the hot batter, J.D. Martinez, the DH, batting cleanup. Steve Pearce, who is truly the hottest batter in the lineup as far as he has the best average, although he's only played in 1 game so far. So we'll see if he can maintain that. He'll play first base against the lefty. Michael Chavis, third base, taking over for Rafael Devers, who is injured through June 12th. And also to remind, so that's tomorrow's game. Also to remind you that I think it's Eduardo Nunez, A lot of Nunez's. He's injured until the 12th as well, so they'll get 2 infielders back to start the next cycle of games, which may actually affect Nunez. He may not be the starting second baseman. It might be Chavis, but I'm not 100% sure. Christian Velazquez, the catcher, batting 7th. Then Dustin Pedroia gets another go at second because of that Nunez injury. And Jackie Bradley Jr. is going to round out the lineup in center field. And here we go with Xander Bogaerts. 1-2-5. Struggler it is. This is going to be a fence shot right off the bat, so we could have a leadoff home run right off the bat with Smiley being a struggler. So what do we got here for the fence? Bogaerts could be either slugger or home run king. Let's roll. We're going to try and roll on the home run king. We want to lead off homer if we can get it. Let's see. And actually, even if it's other, some of those are pretty fine too. So here we go. Is he home run king? He is not. So he's going to be other. So we roll on that. Still a 6 would be a homer. It's going to be a home run for Xander Bogaerts. Leadoff shot, 2-1 now. Thank you, struggler. Drew Smiley. What a beautiful sound, the crack of that bat. Okay, so back to the main chart we go, and it will be Andrew Benintendi. Smiley grimaces as he takes the mound and delivers 2-4-6. Control, he is not control, he's actually semi-wild. Eager or sad sack at the plate, no, neither of those. It's going to be a walk. He's not active, so no extra stolen base there, but now brings up Mookie Betts, who has been in a slump to start the season. Let's see if he can work his way out of it here. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? He is a hero. That's a single. Out in the left field, the runner will have to hold at second, but that's a good start there for Betts, as he has really not gotten much going early here in this campaign. Okay, hot batter JD Martinez looking for some action here. Drew Smiley's going to deliver from the left side, the southpaw. 1-2-5. Struggler again that he is a fence crack, and Martinez. We could either go from the. We could try this. Well, let's try. So the question would be, do we use this? I always like to roll. If there's a question, we're going to try the home run king here. Is he home run king? No, he's not. So we're going to go to other again. Are we going to get another 6? No, it's a 2. So that is a double for Martinez, and it's going to score Benintendi to tie up the ball game. Nobody out so far here in the bottom of the first. Betts going to end up at third. Are they going to... so let's see. I think this micro chart... I'm going to have to consult the rules for just a... Okay, so after consulting, not the rule book, but the FAQ, which is an extremely useful resource. The link for it can be found on the Play Community Facebook group. But anyway, the 2 is our lead die. We use this as the lead die. So with the base running, runners advance 1 base, 2 bases on a double. Active runner scores from first on a double. So Betts, don't believe he is active, so he is not. So he's going to have to hold up at third. So second and third now, nobody out. He's going to bring up Steve Pearce, who has been, I think he has a 750 average at the moment. Probably not going to be able to maintain this kind of pace, but let's see. So we've gotten 2 fence charts off of Drew Smiley's struggler. So Pierce, 2, 3, 6. That's going to walk to load the bases. This is a nightmare scenario. That's the double controller dynamic, and he's neither of those. So now it's going to bring up Chavis, my bad. Keep wanting to call him Chavis, or Chavis, and it's Chavis. Here we go. Chavis, bases loaded. They're going to have to play infield in here. 2, 5, 6. Struggler, he is. That's going to be a single, and it's past the third baseman. He hits it sharply. It's going to score bets. Martinez will have to drop anchor at third base, but it's 3-2 as the dice are bringing up struggler checks, and that is going to make Smiley's day shorter by most accounts here. So now Velazquez up, bases loaded again. Infield in. They want to try and get the runner out at home if they can do it. 1, 3, 5. This is going to be an unusual result with a blue. This is umpire calls, right? So blue 1 mini event, base is loaded. We got to go to that. So our umpires today are Will Little at home plate. He's respected. Fieldon Culbreth is at first. He's semi-respected. Greg Gibson has no qualities. Andy Fletcher at third is semi-questionable, semi-strict. So let's go with the chart here, and here we go. It's going to be 23 attempted fielder's choice. So they, instead of going home, they're going to try. He goes to third and trying to take that right at third base. Lenient umpire at third base. No, runner safe. So he's going to be out. Batter safe. So it is a fielder's choice. They do get the out with Pierce at third. He's going to call it a U5. In to score Martinez. It's 4-2. I guess the only chance they had to get a runner would be to... He dove, knock it down, and just had to like dive to the bag to get it. So Chavis is going to end up at second. 1 out now, 4-2. Credit an RBI to Velazquez. And we go back to the main chart for Pedroia. Pedroia currently batting $182. They're going to play the play back here, looking for the double play. 2, 4, 5. Hero. He is not a hero, so it's going to be a pop-up to second. And caught by Rugnador. And now Jackie Bradley Jr., but we're going to go to the red chart, which is player experience. Semi-icons for both of these. People involved in this at bat, Smiley and Bradley, so let's see who is the one that wins out here. Neither of them will, the icon will not be in effect here, so 56. Icon pitcher, no. It's going to be infield drama. So we got to go to a different chart and re-roll those guys. Here we go. Infield drama. 16 is the shortstop gold. It's Andrews, and he is semi-gold with a dot. So that will be out at first. Diving stab robs batter of a base hit. So I guess everybody else is going to be able to move up based on that. So that's going to be 6-3. Chavis moves up. Velazquez moves up. So second and third with 2 outs now. It's going to be back to the top of the order. They hit around. 4 across. Let me just double check here. We got 1. Never mind. That was the 3rd out. So nobody moved up. My bad. I almost lost. They got the force at 3rd. Got the force at 3rd. Then they got the pop-up. And then that diving play by Andrews closes out the inning with 9 to the plate. So there we go. 4. A little crooked number game going on here so far. We're through 1. It's going to It's going to be a doozy here, I can tell already, so we'll be back for the second. Okay, so the pitcher's not bringing their best stuff today, but it's still early. 4-2, top of the second, and that last plate appearance off the that went to the infield drama chart, it leads us to team chemistry. I didn't get a chance to talk about that from the pregame rolls. The Rangers losing 3 in a row, they rolled a 2, and so they are full dissonant. The Red Sox on a 3-game winning streak did not end up. Maybe the Rangers might only be a 2-game losing streak, but anyway, they still went full dissonant. The Red Sox did not roll the requisite roll to be able to get full harmony based on their winning streak, but they were able to be semi-harmonious based on the follow-up. So the team chemistry is going to favor Boston throughout this, and so Forsythe is going to come up here facing Eovaldi in the top of the second off the chemistry chart, and it's 16, which is batting team dissonance. That is the case, yes. Distracted swings at a poor pitch, pop out. So it's going to be a pop-up. Is it to the shortstop? No. Is it to the second baseman? No. First baseman? Third base. Pitcher. Catcher. Okay. Velazquez makes the play. Probably should just roll a D6 and get that result. So now we're back to the main chart for Rougned Odor. Odor, he went 2 for 4 in yesterday's game. He did hit a home run. Actually, hit the go-ahead home run before the Red Sox were able to pull the escape act. So here we go with 1 out, 1-4-5. Struggler, well, that's a wild pitch, doesn't matter, so we re-roll. Nobody on base. 1-3-4. Gold catcher. Velazquez is not champion. He's not a champion, so it's going to be outfield drama. We're going to do another micro chart. No, this isn't a micro chart. It's just a mini chart. Outfield drama, and we go to 24, which is center field gold. It's Jackie Bradley Jr. He's actually a little on the iron side, so no, it's going to be a single, and that goes back to chemistry. Single for Odor out into center, and we hit the chemistry chart again for Jeff Mathis. '24, batting team harmony. No, that's not the case. So back to outfield drama. So we got some tough plays out here for the Boston outfielders. 36, left fielder stoic. Benintendi is not stoic, so it's going to be a running catch for the out. And Odor will have to stay at first. And we go back to the main chart now for the top of the order, and that's going to be Delino DeShields. Odor, they could try to play a little small ball here. They're just going to let DeShields hit. 4, 5, 6. Is he patient? No, he isn't. That's going to be a fly ball to center, and it's going to be caught by Bradley Jr. this time, and that's a 0 on the board. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. We will go to the bottom of the inning. So yeah, it really felt good to get second season wrapped up. That project, it's been on the table a long time, and I feel like every time I talk about wrapping a project up, I sound like a broken record because these games, the projects I pick are long, and so I'm always kind of like, I don't want it to sound like whining, but I think it does kind of like come off that way, so it's okay. But I will say, like, football is definitely pretty long, and I don't know if it has anything to do with, specifically with second season. I think it's just a game that is in general, a sport that's in general going to just take some time. You have to plan ahead for it. So Bogarts led off with a home run, and we're back to the second inning. 1-3-3. Oh, wait, no, we have to go with the chemistry chart. based on that fly out. So we're going to take this red die right away. We're just going to use the black and the blue like I always do. Pitching team harmony. No, that's going to be the dissonance. So that's going to be a single and go to right now. So Bogarts 2 for 2. And it's going to be up to Benintendi off the right now chart. So as of right now, Benintendi, it would be neutral, but Smiley, I think Smiley would be semi-cold right now. Let's see. 33. Hot pitcher? No, he isn't hot. It's going to be a ground out. Runner's advance. So let's see. Grounder. Let's just roll the red die. Which infielder? 5-3. It's gonna have to throw to first. Runner advances. 1 away. Mookie Betts. He singled and scored in the first. And we go back to the main chart for this 1-4-6. Flash. Smiley is flash. This is a strikeout. Let me see. Is that good eye? Yeah, that's good eye. So that's a strikeout. So with 2 outs, it's going to bring up JD Martinez, who doubled, had a chance at the fence check, but it didn't pay off. Can he drive in or run this time? 3-5-6. Same. They're not the same. Utility or sad sack batter, and he's neither of those. So it's going to be a single, and that's going to score, and that is going to be another RBI for Martinez. Didn't get an RBI on that double. He drove in Benintendi, and he's going to drive in Bogarts here for the 5-2 lead. And second, you hate to take your starter out at this point, but I don't know how much longer Smiley can go on here. Let me just double check. Runner advanced 2 bases on any hit. Yep. So single, and it's going to be Steve Pearce who walked in that. He was the 5th batter and 6th to reach base in a row in that first inning. So let's go. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? Smiley still. Let me see. The freshness does wear off. Let's see. Did I write it on that? I don't see that, but it's in the rule book here somewhere. It may be 5 runs. I'll be right back. All right, as I remembered, anytime a pitcher reaches his 5th run in a game that he's given up, he loses all of his freshness. And would be given semi-struggler, except that Smiley already is. So 1-1-5 is fresh. It's going to be no home run, king, or sad sack. He is a sad sack, so that's going to be a strikeout. So we go by the decider die, and he is sad sack, semi-sad sack. Confirmed there, and that will end the inning. So that does get Smiley out of the jam. Does give up a run on 2 hits. 5-2. Red Sox playing pretty well at the moment. Going to the 3rd. It'll be Chu leading off. Struck out in the feist. And here we are. Main chart. 3-5-5. Any gold here? Struggler or gilded? He is a struggler. Eovaldi is, so it's going to be a single. For Chu, leads off with that. And it'll be Elvis Andrus. 5-5-6. Ace. He's not an ace. Sad sack. Not a sad sack at the plate. So that's a double to right. And let's see. They're going to score Chu. He's going to send him, and that's going to be an RBI for Andrews. So 2 for 2 for Andrews, single and a double, and knocks in Chu, and it's now 5-3. So this is going to be a bit of a slugfest here, eh? Only the 2 homers so far. Right here's one of them. It's Gallow. So here comes Joey with his second at bat. 4, 5, 6. Is he patient? He is patient. That'll be a walk. So first and second, nobody. Well, so things are getting a little itchy on the finger here for the Red Sox as Dribble Cabrera comes to plate with first and second. 1 run already in, nobody out. And the 2-5-6 result, let me just make sure here. Pretty sure that base on balls is because of a patient rule, so no mini chart. Struggler, that is another single, and Andrews is gonna be active. You can see here his little. This is, if it's filled in, it's full, and so this is the steal rating or his speed, semi-active. So he is active. He's going to score from second on a single, and it's going to be 5-4 now. And I don't know how much longer either of these pitchers are going to be able to stay in, but an RBI. Gallow, I think, might have to hold up. I think Gallow has to hold up at first. He's not that fleet of foot. So we're just going to have him hold up for now. So first and second again. 2 runs across, and here is Nomar Mazara, who is the hot batter. If they could find a way to get him out, then they have the cold Logan Forsythe coming up. But let's see what goes on now. 2, 3, 5. Evaldi's not wild. Mazara is semi-eager with a dot, so that will be, but he's also semi-whiffer. Will he be a whiffer this time? He is. That's going to be a strikeout. So it would have been a single, but the whiffer nullifies that, and that is a big K. As that gives Evaldi a chance, maybe if they can get a double play ground out here from Forsythe, maybe they can just get out of here still with a lead and get through this top of the third. Here we go. It's going to be Forsythe, 2-2-6. Batter hit by pitch. The decider die says no. Cleanup batter, he's not. Fly out. He is a whiffer. That's another strikeout. Another big K. And that brings up Odor. First and second, 2 outs. Now just any grounder will do for the Sox to keep it 5-4 in this wild one so far. We're not even 3 in. Single might score Gallow here. 2 outs. 2-3-3. Uh-oh. Ace or star? Neither. Slugger. He's not a slugger. It's a fly ball to center. It's going to be caught. So that 2-3-3 is, if you're a slugger, it's gone. But that's not going to happen here. They do get 2. Oh, Nelly, what a game so far. We're going to go to break. It is 5-4. Boston hanging on by a thread right. All right, so bottom of the third, and this game is a little wild here. Smiley, we're going to have to start thinking about probably you're getting through that third time through the order for both pitchers, and so you're kind of like thinking about the manager's got to be thinking about the bullpen. So fresh, no, he's already he's lost. Smiley's lost his freshness. So Chavez is sad sack. No, it's going to be a single. All right, so the Rangers are going to have to start looking at their bullpen, and they're going to look for a righty. and it'll be Kyle Dowdy. His card doesn't look a whole lot better, but you know, well, you know what? They're gonna sit Dowdy. They're gonna sit Dowdy down. They're gonna go. I'm going with Jesse Chavez. They're going to see if they can bridge somebody here who's a little bit better. Because currently they're not out of this by any stretch. So here we go with right now. And Velazquez is neutral, and this is good. Smiley is semi-cold because of the hit in their previous at bat. 44. Batter steps out of the box, timeout, then takes ball 4, base on balls. So the Rangers have seen enough, and they are going to go to their bullpen. So it's going to be a long bullpen day for the Rangers, but they really don't have any recourse here other than to go and get Smiley 2 innings pitched. So it's going to be Jesse Chavez taking over on the mound, and because it's righty versus righty, he will get the ace boost on this first. And it goes back to the main chart, and let's see if they can turn this into some kind of a double play ball and maybe look to get themselves out of this inning. 1-5-5. Home run king for Pedroia. No, he's not. It's going to be a fly ball center field. That's an out. So he doesn't use the ace to his advantage, but now brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. And again, they do see their way out of this. Double play here would go a long way. Can they get Bradley to induce? Can they induce it from Bradley? 1-2-5. He's not a struggler, so they get away with that one this time. Patient. He is not patient, so that's a grounder, except he's a whiffer, so that will be a strikeout. So the umpire's thumb brings up the whiffer, so that nullifies a double play. And instead we'll bring up Bogarts, who has been doing pretty well today. He's 2 for 2, single and a homer. Can he bring home another run? Chavez trying to get through this inning. 1-2-2. Is he Workman? He is Workman. That is going to be a single, but it's not going to be, they're on it real quick. A great jump there by DeShields is going to hold the runner at third. Chavez could try and take another bag. We could go after that, and you can do an extra. But DeShields is semi... so we'd have to roll the decide or die to see if he could go. And I think let's roll it. We're gonna see if can Chavez take home. No, he can't. So that makes our decision easier. All right, Benintendi. Base is loaded again. 2 outs. Chavez in trouble. 1-4-6. Flash. He is flash. That's a strikeout to end the third. So they get out of there. A little Houdini act. 2 hits, a walk, and they don't score a run. It's still 5-4, and Chavez does what he was brought in to do, and that is put out the fire. And now you have Eovaldi coming back out, and we're going to have to start thinking about some bullpen action for the Sox. And if we're going to do that, I think we're going to go right away and start out with we'll go to Colton Brewer. So let's get him tossing around there. Just maybe that'll motivate Eovaldi to start throwing a little better. Good to start at the 9 hole. It's Jeff Mathis. Not the best hitter out there. 1, 2, 3. Both flash and fresh. He has not given up his 5th run. Now it is the 4th inning, which means that you're only semi-fresh, but the dot says yes, and he's flash, so that is a strikeout. So 1 away for Delino DeShields. 4-4-5. Valdi's not a workman. Patient, not patient. Grounder to first base. 0 for 3 for DeShields so far. Brings up Shinsho Chu, who started off the 3rd inning, that 2-run 3rd inning with a single. He's 1 for 2. 1, 3, 6. Ace, not an ace. Whiffer or cold. He's semi-whiffer with a dot. That'll be a strikeout. 1, 2, 3 inning, and just like that, you see Eovaldi ship into shape. Looking ready to take down those Rangers batters, and Brewer will sit down for another inning, as that was more like it from Eovaldi. I think we'll let him get warmed up one more time before we say we'll have to move on to a different pitcher. But Chavez, he will come out for another inning here, and he's going to lead off. He's going to face Betts. He's leading off here. So 3-4-5. Big part of the game. So 1-3-5. It's a black 1. Black 1 is ballpark qualities, and for a right-handed batter, this is a small one. Let's roll. This could be a big deal for the Red Sox. Could it be a leadoff homer in this inning? Let's see. 16. Small ballpark it is. Just clears the left field foul pole. It's a home run for the right-handed hitter, a homer. Betts goes deep. 2 for 3. That is his first home run of the season, and it gives him a 6-4 lead. Haven't gotten many ballpark checks in the first few iterations of this league, but we got one there. Now JD Martinez. They're going to have to start thinking about another. Okay, it's going to be Kyle Dowdy. They will get him warming up this time. And just in case Chavez runs into any difficulty, which he already gave up a home run. 1-2-4. Control he is. That's going to be a grounder to short. So he gets the out. Finally put away Martinez in this game. Steve Pierce. 2, 3, 6 double. So this is a walk, right? There's no double control, nothing else. So it's going to be a walk for. He's walked twice. Michael Chavis. 1, 2, 3 flash, and the dot makes him fresh. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a strikeout. 2 outs. Now Velazquez. They'd like to get Chavez through this inning. 2, 4, 5. Semi-hero with a dot. That's a single to left. Pierce will hold up. Brings up Pedroia. So chance for more runs here for the Sox. Can they get it? Pedroia against Chavez. 2 outs. 4, 6, 6. Control. He is control pitcher. So pitch red, single to left. And that's going to score a run. So now it's 7-4 as Pierce comes around to score. Right? 2 stoic runner on first. Let's see. It's up with 2 outs. So there are 2 outs, so he does score. So just that's one of the... Velazquez, he's going to hold up. Wait. No, he actually gets to go to third as well. 2 outs, you get to advance more. So if Bradley gets on, you know what, they're going to have to go to the bullpen. Chavez is day is done. They need to get him out of here. So we're actually gonna say that since the whole warm-up thing is, we're gonna go with their one lefty here against Bradley Jr. They want to get out of this, and that will give them a that will give them the ace quality here if they can go lefty versus lefty. So they're gonna bring in Brett Martin instead of Dowdy. They may have to bring in Dowdy later, but they've got to try and get this under control. So the only lefty in their bullpen is Brett Martin, and he's going to face Bradley here with 2 outs. Main chart, first and third. 1, 3, 4. Gold catcher, that's Mathis. He is not gold. Champion, he is not champion. Outfield drama, and they're gonna have to survive another check here. 34, left fielder iron. It's Gallow. He is actually semi-gold, so no, it's gonna be a fly out, and that will end the inning. So Martin does get through this. Chavez went 1 2/3. They get 2 more runs, 7-4. If they can get Eovaldi through 1 more inning, that would put him in line for the win. So they're going to see if they can do that. It's going to be tough. It's right in the midst of the order here, the tougher part. Andrews, Gallow, and Cabrera. Sox will get Brewer back warming up just in case. But Andrews now leading off 2-6-6. Leadoff batter, that's a single. He is leading off the inning, so Andrews aboard. He's 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. Brings up Gallow. This could get back to a 1-run game if he snags a hold of one here. 2, 5, 6. That's a struggler. That's a single, and it's going to be the end of Eovaldi's day. So they're going to bring in Brewer. Switch hitter Cabrera, so they can't get any well, I don't know. I think the ace quality comes anyway. I think that was, someone said that you only get the ace when it's yeah, we'll just give it to him anyway. We're giving it. We're just going to give them the. So Brewer's going to come in against Cabrera. So that's a 4-inning game for Eovaldi. He would have liked something better than that. But here we go with Cabrera, first and second, nobody out. Facing Brewer, 2, 3, 6. Double controller dynamic. Nope, it's going to be a walk right off the bat to load the bases. Not good if you are Boston, as you just took a big lead, a pretty big lead, a nice 3-run lead, and you're putting everybody on. And now Mazzara, who is plenty good enough to knock this out of the park. 5, 6, 6. Wild. That's going to be a walk, and it's going to bring in to make it 7-5. Everybody moves up a base as he is semi-wild with the dot being showing. So now Forsythe, who is cold, they're going to play the infield. They're going to play it back here. They're going to take, if they can get a double play, they'll take it. 2, 3, 6. That's another walk. And 3 walks in a row. This is like the Red Sox game today that Marge of Vicious walked 4 1/3 of an inning for Seattle. So I know Baseball Demos is not a big fan of this 2, 3, 6 deal. And at the moment, it's looking so. Bases are loaded. They've got 3 walks in a row, and Rougned Ador up. So now they're going to play the infield in. It's 7-6. 2, 3, 5. Wild. Oh, he is wild again. Another walk. Seven. Holy Moses. Jeff Mathis. 2, 3, 5. Wild. This time he's not wild, at least. Eager. Semi-eager. And there's a dot. He's a whiffer, so it's a strikeout. Hallelujah. We got an out. All right. Base is still loaded. They're playing infield in to try and cut this off. Brewer finally gets an out, so he's now lost the struggler designation. Delino DeShields, 3-4-4. Prospect, pitcher. Luckily, he is semi-prospect. The decider die doesn't send a potential grand slam to defense. Patient, he's not patient. Pops out to second. They can see their way out of the inning. Can they get Chew out? The bases are loaded. They batted around. 2 outs. 1, 2, 6. Fresh. He's only given up 3, right? I think you have to give up. I don't know. We're gonna play it as it lies. Liner to second. Inning over. We'll say he's still fresh. Tough to completely believe he would be fresh, but there's 3 runs in, and it's all square at 7 up. So that's a whew. It's kind of like goes with my impression of History Maker Baseball, which is that if you're not going to play with the best pitchers of all time, then you better be prepared for some lumps, because there's a lot of walks. There's a lot of walk results, especially if you've got if the 2 is active for you. All right, so Brett Martin going to come back out here trying to get another inning in. Bottom of the 5th, it's 7-7, all tied up, 3-3-4. Ace or star, he's neither of those. Sad sack, he's neither of those. That's a single to left. And unless he's eager, but he's not eager, so that will be a single. We could end up at 14-13 here, folks. So next up, Benintendi. 5-6-6. Is he wild? No. Good eye. Benintendi does not have the good eye, so it's a strikeout. And we go to right now. Martin, since it's this that seeds in after the 5th inning. So since this is the 5th inning, I think we are beyond the 5th inning. So it would be semi-hot for Martin and semi-hot for Betts. He just went deep in the last at bat. So go to right now. Let's see if the decider die gives us a chance for anybody to be hot. And it does. 34. Cold batter. He's not cold. This is going to be a fly out to right for 2 outs. So just because they're cold doesn't mean that, or hot, doesn't mean they're going to get anything good. It could just mean, because some of those are like automatic inning enders. JD Martinez with 2 outs. He is 2 for 3. 2-6-6. Runner on first, thrown out. So that's a pick off. And Martinez will lead off the 6th. So no runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. And okay, so we're in the 6th, and it is 7-7. And Hector Velazquez will be taking over for Colton Brewer, who pitched an inning. And it's going to be Elvis Andrus leading off, as he did in the 5th inning, where they got 3 runs and batted around. But here we go with a 3-3-6. Ace or dynamic. So because he's starting off the inning, he doesn't get the ace deal. Sad sack, utility, or patient. That's not going to be a single. We're going to go to experience. So it's going to be Gallow versus Velazquez, and Velazquez is a prospect. Semi-prospect. Gallow is neutral. So let's see if the experience helps out the Rangers here. 56. Icon pitcher. He's not an icon. It's going to be infield drama. Can the infield pick them up here and maybe get them a double play? Let's see. 35. Third baseman, Iron. Chavez is neutral, so it's going to be a routine ground out. The runner will advance. That'll be 5-3 on the scoring. Andrews moves to second base. And we go back to the main chart for Asdrubal Cabrera. Swings around to the left side. Runner at second. Go ahead run at second. 4-5-6. Is he patient? No, he's not. It's a fly ball. The center is going to be caught. And now we're going to go to the chemistry chart for Mazzara, which is, you know, they could, if they wanted to get away from the chemistry, they could pinch hit, but Mazzara is their hot batter. So they will continue with it here. 2 outs, team chemistry, 15, pitching team harmony. They are semi-harmonious with a dot. The Red Sox are, so that's a yes. Outfielder makes a sliding grab of a looping liner. It's an out. Let's see if it's 1 or 2. It's left. 3 or 4. And so it'll be left fielder. So great play by Benintendi to get them out of the inning. So there's a 0. So still 7-7 as the leadoff single goes and is left stranded. Bottom of the 6th. Quite the adventure early on, but things have kind of settled down here a little bit. Now they are going to have to bring in Dowdy, which doesn't have a great card. It's him, Gomez, or then there's guys who are a little. They pitched previous game, so kind of would like to may have to rely on one of them, but would like to try and get somebody through some. So it's going to be Martinez leading off. He was at the plate when Bogarts got picked off. 2-3-6 double yeah, this one, that's a leadoff walk. Okay, Pierce. One, 2-2. Is he workman? He is a workman. That's a single to center. Texas fans are going to be like, what are you doing to us? You're putting in this guy. And I don't know what else to do, because you can only use the pitchers that are available, and there are guys that are available here. We may have to bring it in here once. I mean, it's kind of like, it's in a bad spot right now. So Chavis, first and second. Nobody out. Could think about bunting here. 1-3-5. That'll be an umpire check with runners at first and second. So let's see what the roll brings us here. 45. Strict umpire at first. He's not. Call batter safe. Single. Runners advance one base. Both cases. So that's a single, and they're going to have to... They really need to go to the bullpen. They would have already had Kelly warming up. Actually, we'll say they had Martin warming up. So they're going to bring in Chris Martin, and he's going to be... I mean, they should have just done that to begin with, eh? I mean, it's just... What can you do? So, sixth batter, and it's going to be... So, Dowdy doesn't even get a batter out. And now we'll go back to the main chart for Martin. He's going to get the ace quality facing Velazquez, righty versus righty. So, another advantage of doing this now, they're going to play with the infield in here. So, 3, 5, 6. Same. They are the same. That's a strikeout. So that's one out. Pedroia, the infield will be still in. 1-1-3. Ace or dynamic. That would have been better on the last. No, it's slugger. He's not a slugger. That's a single to center. It's going to score 2. So that's going to put the Red Sox ahead 9-7. It's not going to score 2. It's going to score 1. So used to there's two stars next to the single. Well, let me check. So, yeah, he is not a sad sack. Oh, he is a sad sack. Oh, goodness. Guess what? That is good for the Rangers, as that's going to take a run off the board. That's another strikeout because he's a sad sack. I'm glad I looked at that, because that is not the way you want to play it. So still bases loaded, and they're going to bring up Jackie Bradley. Martin has his sign and has a way out of this. 2 outs, bases loaded. They're playing back now. 5-5-6. Is he an ace? He's not an ace. Sad sack. Not a sad sack. That's a double. And in to score Martinez. In to score Pierce. I believe Chavis will also come in as Jackie Bradley comes through in the clutch. On that 5, score on doubles. Everybody scores. 3 across, so that's going to make it 10-7. On the double, Chris Martin left with a terrible situation to be in, and he almost got out of it. Now Bogarts, 1-4-4. He is flash. It's a strikeout, but we need to look at this umpire on the 1-4-4. Questionable or lenient? Neither of those. It's going to be a strikeout. Almost gets out of that, but 3 across as the base is loaded on Dowdy being in there. So we're through 2/3 of the game. It is 10-7. Red Sox will keep Velazquez in there now. Pretty abbreviated inning the previous time. So Forsythe will lead off. Top of the 7th, quad 4s. See a scrapper? No, that's a double to right unless he's a home run king. He's not, so it's a double. Leadoff double for Forsythe. And we've got some more runs left in this game, don't we? Rugnetador. 3-3-6. Not ace or dynamic. Semi-sad sack, so that's going to be a called third strike. 1 out. So Odor out. Jeff Mathis. 2-5-5. Star. He's not a star. Home run king. Not a home run king. Fly ball and out and left. Benintendi with the catch. 2 down. DeShields. Can he score Forsythe from second? 1-3-6. Ace. No. Whiffer or cold. He's a semi-whiffer. No, it's going to be infield drama. DeShields is not striking out, right? You have to strike out to be cold in game. So it's infield drama. 14, first baseman, iron. It's Pierce. He is not iron. 1-4, first base. No. Ground out. That will end the inning. So we'll say 3-1. And 7th inning stretch. So this game taking a little bit of time here, but Sunday afternoon, and fortunately, I mean, I should mow the lawn. I might still go out and do it, but now the Rangers have to they're going to have to go to Jeanmar Gomez. I mean, they're really in a pinch here. They're kind of in a pickle. They're going to end up using, I don't know, what does their rotation look like here? Because we might Shelby Miller and Adrian Sampson. I think we're gonna go with Gomez here and see if he can punch through an inning, and then maybe try to get Kelly an inning or something like that. But at the moment, with the Red Sox ahead, they might only need to get through the 8th. Here we go. So Benintendi. Martin does get the inning in, strikes out the side, but gives up a costly double with the bases loaded. And it's time for Benintendi to lead off the bottom of the 7th, 1-5-6. Off the former Philly Gomez. What's that going to be? Semi-whiffer? No. It's going to be outfield drama. 13. Center fielder is DeShields. He's not iron, so it's going to be a liner caught out in center for the first out. Mookie Betts having a game. 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? No. More outfield drama. So 2 tough outfield plays in a row. 12. Right fielder iron. That's Mazzara. He is not, so that'll be a fly out. And that brings up Martinez. I think everybody has a hit except Benintendi now in this game for the Red Sox. So 2 for 3 for Martinez. 2 runs scored. 2-3-6. It's going to be a walk, as Gomez is not double control. So here is Steve Pierce. 1 for 2. 2 walks. 2 runs in. 1-4-6. Is he flash? He is semi-flash with the dot. That's a strikeout. That will end the inning. So still 10-7. Red Sox looking like they're on their way to win number 5, making 5-3 on the season. And they're going to go back to the pen. They're going to have Heath Hembry take the mound here. They don't have any left-handed arms in the bullpen, so Velazquez went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, but struck out 1, but gave up no runs. That's the most important part. And Hembry here to try and hold this. Chu leading off. 1-4-4. Flash. He is Flash. That's a strikeout. And we already went through the rigmarole on the umpire, so it's going to stay a strikeout. 1 out. Elvis Andrews. 3-5-5. Struggler, no. Gilded, no. Champion, no. It's going to be a grounder to second base. Going to be fielded by Pedroia and throws to Pierce for the second out. Now Joey Gallow. Two away. 1-2-6. He is fresh. That's a liner. It's going to be caught by Pedroia for a 1-2-3 inning. Hembry locks it down there. Gomez will come back out for the bottom of the 8th. Maybe playing with fire here, but they would like to not have to go back to the pen here if they can help it. And it is the bottom of the order. Chavis leading off. 1-1-3. Acer dynamic, no. Slugger, no. That's a he's a, what was it, sad sack or home run king. He is a home run king. He strikes out, so that is an out. So Chavez with a strikeout there. Chavis, I keep saying Chavez. 3-5-6. Same, right. Yeah, that's a strikeout. Velazquez has had 2 strikeouts in a row by that fashion. And now Pedroia. 2-2-6 is... The batter is hit by a pitch. Gomez loses control. That brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. Red Sox not happy about that. The Red Sox are going to get Matt Barnes warming up. Well, actually, they're going to get up Workman to try and close this. 2-3-3. Ace or star, no. Slugger, yes. Home run! They're going to sit Workman back down. That's a home run, 2-run shot, 12-7. Jackie Bradley comes alive. 2 for 5. That's his 3rd home run of the season, and he has gotten most of them here in the last couple games. 12-7 brings up Bogarts, so Gomez finally concedes a run. 1-2-4. Control, no. Eager, no. That's a walk. 6th time through the lineup. Brings up Benintendi. Just need to get an out here. 4-4-5. He is a Workman. That's a double. On a 4, that's going to score Bogarts. Now 13-7. Red Sox, they're going to have Tyler Thornburg loosen up and try and pick up an inning in mop-up duty. Betts now. 3-6-6. Not a pinch hitter. It's a fly ball to center caught to end the inning. 3 more across. 13-7. They have to decide whether they're going to go for 2 here and see if they can put a little pressure on the Rangers if they can get a touchdown here, or if they'll just take the extra point. Thornburg will come out to try and keep this one tight in the 9th. They'll get Workman up if they have to, but Cabrera is going to come in. And let's see, what do they have? They have Hunter Pence. They might use him at some point. Danny Santana. They got a couple guys they could try and goose this along with a little bit. We'll stick with Cabrera to start the inning. Facing Thornburg. 1-2-2. He is a Workman. That's a single. Brings up Mazzara. They will stick with Mazzara there. 2-4-4. Ace, not an ace. Champion, not a champion. He's not a whiffer here, so it's going to be a double play ball, 6-4-3 grounder. And so Forsythe is cold. They're going to go ahead and bring in Hunter Pence here to try and get somebody on base. Here we go with Pence. Thornburg, 2 outs, 1-4-4 again. That's flash, that's a strikeout, and that will end the ball game. Quite the production here. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 runs for the Red Sox. 7 for the Rangers, and the Sox are on a winning streak. They're 5-3, looking good, taking 2 so far from the Rangers. And we'll come back for the totals in a bit, as a good outing from the offense, both offenses, but the Red Sox just pour it on as the Rangers bullpen got depleted trying to hold the lead a little bit in the last game. So we'll be back with the numbers here in just a second. All right, so an interesting game. Got a little bit out of hand at the end. At some point you have to make choices, and sometimes those choices are difficult to make. It's why I think solo projects are not always easy, and especially if you kind of like have some desire to want to be like accurate. That I don't know. There's certain aspects of this that I don't know. It's fine. One of the things when you do a solo project is you know the stats, you know the traits. Managers, they know some of it, but if someone like Dowdy had been good the previous year, or was like pitching lights out in AAA, and they're like, man, we have a chance here to just get him. We have a couple guys that are maybe close to being tired. We'd like to try and preserve them. Let's give this guy a chance with a tie game. And he goes in and he walks 1 and singles and gives up 2 singles, and all of a sudden it's in bad shape. Then you're like, okay, well, so we get some benefit by knowing the end of the story, and managers in real life don't. So it's one of those things that it's tough to process all the time. How concerned you should be about one thing or another. But anyway, so our line score: Boston wins 13-7 over the Rangers. They move to 5-3. I'll give you a look at some stuff here in a bit as far as like stats and whatnot, standings. 13 runs, 17 hits for the Red Sox. A really productive day at the plate. 17 out of 40 at bats. So not quite a 500 clip, but pretty close. No errors. 11 left on base, and for the Rangers, 7 runs, 11 hits. So they themselves, I didn't calculate their at-bats. I'm not doing the stats for opponents or any of the other members of the league, so we're just but I will show you a little something here in a minute. So then there's no errors, 9 left on base. Now, first I had counted up 8, and here's a little trick for you. You know, I don't go into a lot of detail as far as, like you could see here, Texas doesn't have their stats, but if a quick trick you can do to make sure that your numbers are accurate, if you take the plate appearances, so in this case, if you look up here, we're in the, since I'm using plate appearances as the vertical, the columns, the vertical axis, whatever, the columns, 9 batters times 5 would be 45, so we can move back to 43. So the number of times put out, which in a 9-inning game is 27, plus runs, plus left on base, must equal plate appearances. Unless you get into this like extra inning thing where you've got these extra runners that start at second base. But generally speaking, so 43, so we got 27 plus 7 is 34. I had 8, so if you plus 8, that's 42, not 43. So I knew that there was an extra left on base that I missed. And I think it was this guy here because it looked like I had put an arrow, but it was so 9 left on base. So if you add up, so if you just take plate appearances, that's fine. But if you're trying to also do like we do here, the formula is at bats plus walks plus hit by pitch plus sacrifice plus catcher's interference. And then if you are in an extra inning game and you have, what my fix has been, you put for every inning you have to add an extra runner at the end of that. So that should all total up to plate appearances, which should total as well. Like over here, we've got 46, 47, 48. We should have 48. So we've got 40 at bats. Walks are 7. That's 47. Now we did have a hit by pitch right there to make it 48. So if you want to look at the pitching lines, we can do that. Evaldi, 4 innings pitched. Your winner is going to be Velazquez. He pitched 2 innings, and he was the pitcher of record in the 6th inning when the Red Sox took the lead. But Evaldi, 6 earned runs in 4 innings pitched, so not a great ERA today. 8 hits, 5 struck out, 2 walks, and a home run to Joey Gallow. Brewer with an inning pitched and an earned run for him, and that was it as far as the earned runs go. Strikeout, 4 walks. 4 walks, big deal for him. That was in that stretch where we just had kind of a combination of these automatic walk deals, which makes it tough. So then Velazquez, we already talked about his 1 strikeout, 2 hits. He did give up 2 hits, but they were over the course of 2 innings, each one in a separate inning. Hembree, I'm not tracking holds. He gets a hold here because it was a 3-run game at the time. Inning pitched, 1 strikeout, clean inning. Thornburg, because it was outside of the 4-inning rule, he doesn't get a save. But an inning, he gave up a hit and got a strikeout, but relatively clean inning. Faced a minimum for his inning based on a double play. So that is those numbers. We can go over here to my spread, or my database here, and you can see the Red Sox are tied for second, actually. You've got 4 teams at the 5-3 mark. So good show there. If you want to see batting statistics so far, I can toy around with this view a little bit just to try and make it a little more comprehensive here, but what I really just have to do is this. So, and let's give it one more little bump out so you get the full effect here. All right, so Pierce still leading with average. He's only played in 2 games, and he's got a 571 average. So, and he has 3 walks so far. But your home run leader so far is Xander Bogaerts with 5, but he's also tied with JD and with Mitch Moreland. They all have 5 home runs, so we've had some power here so far. Jackie Bradley Jr. with 3, 2 for Devers. He is out injured for one more game. Betts and Pierce each with 1. Betts picked up his. He had a 2 for 6 game, so it didn't really impact his average there much. He's sitting right down there at the bottom, 147. You can imagine he will probably turn it on one of these days. Devers is the guy that's probably, of the qualifiers, he's the one that's got over, we'll say over 10. Well, let's just say over 15 at bats. He's the one that's up there. Holt, 381. So Devers, 444. 381 for Holt. Bogaerts, 351. You can rule out Swihart. Martinez, 286. Moreland, 280. So they've hit pretty well here in a short sample size here. Hector Velazquez out of the pen with a 1.59 ERA, pitching well so far. He doesn't have the greatest looking card, but he's gotten the roles he needed. I've done this on winning percentage, the first sort, so you could see Sale, Thornburg, Hembry, Brazier all getting up there to the top. But I should try to have a total section at the bottom that gives us a staff ERA. It's not so good. Workman looking good. Porcello looking good. Rodriguez decent. Yeah, so I'm trying to think who else is right at the, Sale had its rough go of it in the first time around. So we looked at the standings, and I think that's about it. So all right, guys, thank you for watching. I know it's been a little bit of a break here, but hoping that we can get some stuff going forward a little bit more. So get this baseball back cooking again as it was, a couple games a week, something like that. I've got a lot of other games, and I just, the football, it kind of like got to the point where I needed to get that crushed out. So I did. But anyway, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, if you're new to this, if you could subscribe, that would be awesome. And especially if you hit the little bell that's there, you'll get notifications when I have a new video up. I may at some point go back to live streaming, but I kind of like the idea of just being able to record in my leisure, and I can take a break if I need to and talk to family or whatever. And so that's, I'd say the last month or so has just been kind of like trying to return a little more to normal. I've been in a bowling league. There's a lot of stuff that I was already kind of doing, but you always have this worry that you could be one of the numbers. So but just it's we're getting there. It's just taking some time. So looking forward to when we're back and seeing full stadiums and restaurants are full and you don't have to worry about your masks or any of this stuff. So just do your part, and I can't wait to see us get to that point. So anyway, hit subscribe, hit like, share if you want to share the video, that's great. Just if you have any questions, leave a comment on here. I try to answer as many comments as I can. So we'll see you soon with Game 9 in this project, which would be the final game. The Red Sox are playing against the Rangers, looking to sweep. Try to get this series at Fenway off the books, and then we'll move into the second sixth of the season. So that would reflect May's generalized roster for the teams playing, mostly the Red Sox, but then whatever opponents they're going to face, they would also be reflecting their May lineup. May like roster, 25 man and whatnot. So anyway, have a great rest of your weekend. There's not much of it left, and see you soon back here on Tenacious Sports. This is Earl. See you next time. Keep rolling your dice and enjoying your games.